Hey everybody, Brandon Boyd with The Brandon Boyd Show. Thank you so much for watching, and I am back with another edition of the Weekly Pointers News Update. Before we get started, I want to say if you find this video helpful or mildly entertaining, don't forget to be awesome. Give me a big thumbs up on the video. And if you, yes, I'm talking to you, enjoy getting the latest news on credit cards, points and miles, travel, money, and everything in between delivered in a fun, fast-paced format, then watch as the subscribe button digs his dirty feet into the notification bell's new white couch. Today's episode is going to be a lot of fun. If you're not familiar with the Weekly Pointers News Update, it's really simple. Every Sunday evening, I will put out the latest news on the topics that I just mentioned, but they're going to be news topics that you may or may not have heard about over the course of the last week. There's so much news coming at us all the time, and it's hard to filter out what's important, what's not, but I'm going to cover the news that I think is important today, and we always end the show with a really good food deal as well. Long story short, a lot of stuff to cover. Hang with me, there will be chapters down in the description below if you want to check out a specific topic or come back to it later. It's all good information, and I say we just get down to business and start covering the news. The outspoken owner of the Dallas Mavericks and star of the ABC TV series Shark Tank, Mark Cuban, is opening up a pharmacy. No, Mark Cuban is not going to be your pharmacist, but he is opening up an online pharmacy where patients can go and look for reduced cost medications. The name of this pharmacy, listen to this. This is called the Mark Cuban Cost Plus Drug Company. I haven't seen this much of an innovation in naming something since
Michael Scott Paper Company.
Or maybe this.
The Derek Zoolander Center for Kids Who Can't Read Good.
Okay, so let's get over the name first of all. The aim of this pharmacy essentially is to give patients medicine at a reduced cost. So patients will pay for the cost of the drug only with a 15% markup, a $3 pharmacist fee, and then $5 for shipping. Now you may look at that and say, well, is that a good deal or not? Well, I have an independent source, my wife, who's been a pharmacist both in the retail setting and on the managed care side with insurance as well, and I had her look at these prices to see if they were actually worth it or not, because it could just be all hyped as far as I'm concerned. I don't have enough information about it. So I shared the list of medications. Right now there's about 100 medications available for patients, and they cover conditions ranging from cancer to diabetes, high blood pressure, and a bunch of others in between. And she looked at it and she was very surprised. She said, this is actually a really good deal. And if nothing else, compare the cost of those medications, even including the shipping and the pharmacist fee, with what you're currently paying, because you may be surprised. It may be a case where you can get some of your medicines here and some somewhere else, but overall she was very excited about it. Now right now there's only 100 medications available, but Mark Cuban does say he wants to expand that as soon as he possibly can and add more medications to the list. So this may keep more money in your pocket at the end of the day. So make sure you take a look at the prices, see if it fits your budget, because at the end of the day, cheaper medications and more competition are a good thing in the market. So maybe other companies will start to lower their cost. Yeah, right. IHG is about to make some big changes to both their credit card and rewards program, and I want to run through some of the details right now. There's still a lot that we don't know because this won't be fully implemented in March, but IHG did make an announcement that shared some of the details that would be upcoming. Let's talk about some of the changes associated with their credit cards here. So I'm going to look at this with you. First of all, we've got the IHG Rewards Club Premier Credit Card. Try saying that 5 times fast. There will be a name change to that, thankfully, to the IHG Rewards Premier Credit Card, so it'll be a little bit shorter of a name. The annual fee is going to increase by $10 from $89 to $99. However, on the plus side, there are going to be some increased points multipliers, and let me run through those real quick. So right now, you get 1 times points on travel. That will be increased to 5 times points. Right now, you have 2 times points at gas stations and dining. That will increase to 5x on those purchases. And right now you get 1 times points on all other purchases. You will get 3 times points with the new changes that take effect in March. So that's a pretty big deal. Increase in multipliers is always a good thing. Another big component to this as well is now there's more flexibility with the free night certificate that you get with this card. Because right now the value is maxed out at 40,000 points, all right? And you had to book a property at 40,000 points or less in order to redeem the certificate. However, the new change will allow you to add additional points onto that 40,000 point certificate to help make up for the difference in the cost of staying at a property. So for example, example, if you were trying to stay at a 50,000 point property, you could use that 40,000 point certificate and then add an additional 10,000 points on top of that. There are a lot of other benefits associated with this card, but I think the ones that I just mentioned are going to be the ones that a lot of people are going to look at when they're trying to decide if this card is right for them. You'll still have the benefit of global entry or TSA pre-check. You'll also be able to get your 4th night free on award redemptions as well. So a lot of stuff is going to carry over, but again, they said there's still more information to come on this. We'll just have to wait and see what else plays out. So there's going to be a rebrand name of this card as well. They're going to change it from the IHG Rewards Club Traveler Card to the IHG Rewards Traveler Card. So basically they're taking the word club out of it. I guess it makes it a little bit easier, right? And just like the previous card, there will be changes to the multiplier here as well. So previously you were getting 1 times points on purchases with utilities, internet, cable, phone, and streaming services. That will move to 3x points on all those services. Previously you were getting 2 points on all gas stations and dining purchases. This will move to 3x points. And then you were getting 1 times points on everything else. That will move up to 2 times points. So that's good news. Better multipliers are never a bad thing. One thing that's really nice for a no annual fee card like this is that you will earn silver status just by having the card. Now previously you had to spend a certain amount in order to move up the tier levels. Now you can get up to silver status just by opening up this card, and again with a no annual fee, that's certainly a good thing, especially with the increased multipliers. It makes this card a lot more appealing. There was also an announcement that there would be a new business card as well with a $99 annual fee. But that's pretty much all we know about that particular card, all right? So there's a lot more details yet to come on the business card, but pretty much the entire structure of everything. And it has me raising some questions. Number one, are the sign-up offers still going to be as good as they are right now? Are the points going to be devalued to help offset the increase in the points multipliers, right? These are things that we have to think about, and it worries me that they put out all this good stuff, but they left out a big chunk of information saying there's still a lot more to come. What is that lot more to come? I'm not 100% sure. Makes me a little nervous. Long story short, subscribe to the channel. When those changes go into effect, I'll make sure that we cover them and see if it's actually worth it and if these changes are worthwhile and good for the customer at the end of the day. If you've been reading the news at all lately, you know that there's a massive pilot shortage all over the country. And a lot of companies are getting very creative with trying to fill that shortage in pilots. Number one, they're increasing incentives for people to sign on, so you're seeing huge sign-up bonuses. You're also seeing reduced requirements in order to become a pilot. We just ran a story last week where we talked about Delta lowering the requirement to become a pilot, so you no longer need a 4-year degree anymore in order to become a pilot with Delta, and that puts them back in line with United Airlines and American Airlines as well. So there's a lot of different ways to try to combat this right now, but United is taking that one step further by announcing that they are opening up a flight school in Phoenix, Arizona at the Goodyear Airport. United hopes to fill the shortage in pilots by training 5,000 pilots by the year 2030 to be in a direct pipeline to go straight into work for United Airlines. So they're basically taking control of the whole situation and saying, hey, go to our flight school and you can get a job right at United. Now, if you're wondering how long this takes, students can graduate in 1 year. So if you have an interest in aviation and you want to go out and train, you can get out in a year and be in the United pipeline if you're interested in that. They also did state that they wanted half of those 5,000 students to be comprised of women and people of color, as they stated it. Personally, I'm glad to see companies do this, and maybe it will encourage other companies like Delta or American Airlines to open up their own flight schools to help fill their pipeline as well. More information about this will be down in the description below, but let me know what you think. Is this innovative? Is it a good idea? And do you think it'll help at the end of the day? I look forward to hearing what you have to say. Well, there's a new subscription service called Autonomy, which is part of the Next Car Group, and they are going to offer customers the opportunity to rent a Tesla Model 3. This subscription service can be managed right on your smartphone, and you can sign up for a car, a Tesla Model 3, and you can have it within a matter of a couple of weeks. It takes about 10 minutes to sign up. So what they're offering people the chance to rent the Tesla car on a month-to-month basis. Now, you have to sign up for a minimum of 3 months, but after that, on a month-to-month basis, you can decide if you want to keep paying rent on this Tesla Model 3. So for those of you that didn't want to take the deep plunge into spending $50,000 or more on a Model 3 vehicle and be tied to a loan, or if you don't want to be stuck in a lease that has a lot of limitations, then this may be a good option for you. Again, it's a subscription service for a car, and you can use a credit card to pay for all of this, which is one of the beauties of it. Right now, I don't know of many places that take credit cards as a form of payment for cars. So this is an opportunity for you to use a card for your car payment. And let me bring this up because this is a good example if you're looking at pricing on this. This comes straight from the article that will be down in the description below. So you have a couple of different options, right? There's a startup fee and then there's a monthly fee to get going. So depending on which one you put more weight towards, that could change your monthly rent payment. So let's say you wanted a lower monthly payment, all right? In order to do that, let's say you wanted a payment of $550 a month, then you would pay $5,500 as a startup fee. So you're putting more weight into the startup fee. However, if you are interested in having a higher monthly payment, let's say $1,000, then you can have a startup fee as low as $1,000. And a $500 security deposit is required when the subscription is activated. So you kind of get to pick which one you want, right? Do you want a larger monthly payment with lower startup costs, or do you want a higher startup cost and a lower monthly payment? It just gives some options for flexibility here, and it should be noticed that right now this service is only being offered in California. However, there are plans, according to their statement, that they plan to expand to several more states very, very quickly. If you've ever thought of having an electric vehicle, in particular a Tesla, if you've ever wanted to make your car payment with a credit card and manage everything from your app and not be tied into some long-term commitment, this may be an option for you, but it's a great way to rack up points, right? When you're paying $500 or $1,000 a month for your car payment, depending on what you want to do, you can put it on your card and add up points that way. And if you're familiar with the Weekly Pointers news update, you know that I like to end the show on a really good food deal, and this week is no exception. Wendy's, through February 20th, is offering you the opportunity to get a free drink with any purchase of a breakfast sandwich made through an order on their app. Now you may be thinking, well, who cares? What is that, like a water, an orange juice or something? No, in fact, let me list off some of the options that you have. So with that free drink, you can get coffee, you can get soda, you can get Dave's Craft Lemonades, or a Frosty Chino. What the hell is a Frosty Chino? I don't know. If you've had them, let me know down in the description below. But again, if you're trying to snag a quick bite for breakfast, if you're on your way to work, try out a Wendy's. At least you get a free drink with it. And maybe you can try out a Frosty Chino. I'm not sure what they are. You'll have to let me know if they're any good or not. All right, so we covered a lot of news in this week's edition of the Weekly Pointers News Update. Let me know what you think about the stories I talked about today. Do you like the fact that Mark Cuban's opened up a pharmacy? Are you going to explore that a little bit? Or maybe you have family members that are looking to reduce the cost of their medications. Also, the IHG Rewards program and credit cards are making major changes. Again, those will be announced in March. But what do you think about this? Is this putting one of these cards on your radar? And are you going to be more likely to look at this as a program? Do you own a Tesla Model 3 right now? Or are you interested in using the subscription service from Autonomy? I think it's a unique way to do things. I'll have to see how that one goes. I think the idea from United is very unique as well, and that they are basically creating a straight pipeline for pilots in the future. Let me know what you think about this, and also, are you going to snag a Frosty Chino to go with your breakfast sandwich? I really want to know because I don't know what the heck a Frosty Chino is. But anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments below. We have a lot of new people that are in the Points and Miles community that are just getting into this that could use some help from the entire community, not just me. So anytime you leave an idea for your strategy or your thoughts on something in the comments, it helps somebody else out tremendously, and I appreciate everyone's support so far. If you found this video helpful or mildly entertaining, don't forget to be awesome. Give me a big thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications for alerts, and when you click on the Brandon Boyd Show, click, 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 you're going to get the latest information on credit cards, points and miles, finance, money, Frosty Chinos, and everything in between, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. We'll see you soon.